Hi guys and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. I'm Farhad. If you are new to this channel then please smash that subscribe button now. And we are only 24 subscribers away from the 1.3k mark, the new goal of our channel. So if you're new, please smash that subscribe button and like the video. And today, as promised, I'm doing a comparative analysis. There are two comparative analysis scheduled today and tomorrow. One of which today I'm going to be talking about the Great Indian Kitchen. But this is not the Malayalam one. This is a comparison between the Tamil, the Great Indian Kitchen, and the Malayalam, the Great Indian Kitchen. The Tamil one, as you would know, is out on Z5 now, and I finally happened to watch it last night. The Great Indian Kitchen, the original one, the Malayalam one, I had watched it back in 2021 at a time when it was not yet popular. As you would know, the film, had a share of its controversies in the sense that no OTT platform wanted to stream that film because of that Sabrimala conflict that was there, and they were wary that it might boom into something huge. No OTT platforms were picking it, and finally there was a lesser known OTT platform, Stream, which had started streaming it, and that is when I had watched it. I had absolutely loved it. It was one of my favorite films of 2021, let alone Malayalam. It was one of my favorite films of 2021. Now, coming to the Tamil adaptation, I feel that I'm not in favor of adaptations or remakes of very popular films, strictly from the commercial standpoint, wherein if it's a very popular film, many people would already have watched the original, and so you are catering to a very slender section of the audience. Having said that, as far as the Great Indian Kitchen is concerned, I feel it was such a socially relevant film that I did not really mind having a Tamil adaptation. There's a Hindi adaptation in the pipelines as well, and I really did not mind that because the message of the film needs to be spread to all households that are there, particularly to men, and the prevalent patriarchy that forms a part of almost all families that are there. In the nicest of males, you will find that. And so I think the message needs to be loud and clear. So I really did not mind the adaptation. That said, does the Great Indian Kitchen, the Tamil one, manage to match up to the original? Let's find out. So the Great Indian Kitchen, as you would know, the story is essentially of a woman who, after marriage, faces a string of patriarchal events, and she's trapped in that patriarchal pool, and that just formulates the story. I would say the story is very relevant here, and the good news is that the core emotions of the original are retained here. They haven't, changed or added, subtracted anything from the screenplay just to be different from the original. And I think that was the right approach because the strength of the original was the writing here. The writing is absolutely a winner in the Malayalam film. You really did not need to digress from any of the points that it had already covered, apart from some of the ones that I will be talking in this comparative video. So the screenplay standing at about 90 minutes does make for a brisk watch. First things first, is the Tamil version better than the Malayalam version? The answer is a straight no. It is not better. The Malayalam one is way better, and I feel the comparison would be unfair because the Malayalam version would always be on top. Having said that, I feel that the Tamil version is also very relevant. It is not a bad film. It is very relevant and it is very watchable, and it does have its soul intact. The soul of the drama is intact here, which means the core emotions again do strike a chord with you, and again you go on that trip of self introspection, which was also the case with the original. The proceedings here are engrossing and entertaining, although I did know, and I think a bunch of other people would also know the beats of the screenplay. You would know exactly where the screenplay is headed because you already would have watched the original. If I had to do a little bit of nitpicking, and these are really nitpicking because the screenplay is very faithful to the original, but the nitpicking part is that probably the disgust element that is there, when the protagonist does have a look at the food leftovers. I think that could have probably been amplified in the Tamil one. I think it was a little watered down and little diluted. I would say also that entire sequence that was there, in which the husband's friend comes, to their household to eventually cook a meal and leave the kitchen in a total disarray. That I think was constructed, and it was staged a little better as compared to here. It was just like a passing reference here. That impact could have been better in the Tamil version. The small issue that I feel with the Tamil version is that the drama, the original felt very organic. Here it felt slightly staged. And that is the small negative aspect that is there of the drama. One thing that I was really curious as far as the writing was concerned was how would they tackle the Sabrimala conflict, which is deeply rooted to the Malayalam culture basically. And so here I feel that what they did was they kept it exactly intact, which is not a bad thing. It did still make for an impact, but I feel that they could have, this was this one opportunity they could have utilized to address a culture that is deeply rooted specifically to the Tamil generation, Tamil culture that is there. They could have constructed a conflict around the Tamil culture, which is not to say that Sabrimala is not popular. There are devotees that visit the temple premises all throughout the world, and likewise in Tamil Nadu too. I'm pretty sure people would be visiting the temple premises. But I still feel that in terms of originality, this was this one opportunity that could have been tapped into a little better. But having said that, I mean, I don't really have complaints about the screenplay because the finale does make for a good impact as well. The beats of the screenplay are good. It does tackle, it does, answer, it does question some important issues. It questions some important issues related to intimacy, related to freedom of choices, related to day in appreciation, and the exchange of loads between the husband and the wife. It should be shared. So all of that it does tackle in that screenplay. So I wasn't too disappointed. The screenplay here definitely does make for an impact. Coming to the technical aspects like dialogues, music, and the direction, I feel that the dialogues definitely are good and they make for an impact. However, I feel that a subtler use of silence in as opposed to some of the dialogues could have been a better approach for a better impact. The music is good here. BGM is also good, but again, the point of the silence that is there, again, it applies to the BGM as well. The cinematography is good as well. Director R. Kannan, I think he definitely had a huge task. He had a monumental task to achieve here, and I think he did a fair job here. He did a very good job here. I was able to connect to the journey of the protagonist all over again, despite knowing what was in offer for me, and for that, I think the director does deserve some accolades that is there. It is again, as I said, a socially relevant film. It may not be making sense from a commercial standpoint, but from a social standpoint, I absolutely support this adaptation. Coming to the performances, I felt the performances are good. Again, the characters are unnamed like in the original, which is symbolic of how generic the issue is which is being addressed. I feel Rahul Ravindran did a good job, although I did miss the simplicity of Suraj Venjara Mudu. He was a very nice guy in the original film, but still there was an element of patriarchy that was instilled in him, and I think that was a part of his upbringing in the household that was there. That portion I think was again well tapped in this character. Aishwarya Rajesh had huge shoes to fill, with Nimisha Sajai, and she did such a good job. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant in the original Malayalam film, and she rises up to the occasion. Aishwarya Rajesh is brilliant here, and it is her performance that makes you not only empathize with the character but also go into a journey of self introspection all over again. I think she did a commendable job. She was magnificent and was amazing to watch. And one of the reasons why this film also works is because of the good performances. Had the performances been surely this film would not have worked despite a good screenplay. So overall, I feel The Great Indian Kitchen is a faithful and relevant adaptation of the original Malayalam film The Great Indian Kitchen, and I would support it despite it being an adaptation not from a commercial standpoint but from a social standpoint. So here are my thoughts on the same. Let me know what are your thoughts too in the comment section. If you're liking this video, please smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, press that bell icon. It will help you to know when I'm coming online with another video. Also, share this video with your friends and family. Let's grow this community together. Also, if there are any recommendations, let me know in the comment section below. If you would like to read my full review of both the Malayalam version and the Tamil version of The Great Indian Kitchen, both links are in the description box below for my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. Also follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do, have all that information. I do write a lot. All that information is there on my social media platforms or on my site Popcorn Reviews with a double S. I'm coming tomorrow with another comparative analysis of one of them being a Malayalam film. Can you guess the film? Leave thoughts in the comments below. Until then, I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you.